Welcome, WolfTheWolfettes, to the brilliant Moss Book 2 on the PlayStation VR2. And I hope you guys and girls are having an absolutely fantastic day. Now, before we get into the video, I've played about a quarter of this game off camera, and from what I've played so far, Moss Book 1 was fantastic, but Moss Book 2 is better than the first game in every single way. It's basically the equivalent of Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2. The amount of improvements that they've made, the increase in interaction from me and with Quill and stuff like that, the game is fantastic. So if you played the first game and you enjoyed it, I strongly recommend you play the sequel because it is a fantastic game. But also, Moss Book 2 is a direct sequel to Moss Book 1. So if you haven't played the first game, I strongly recommend you play the first game before watching this video. Or if you want to, I did a playthrough back in 2018 of the first game, so you can go and watch that first before you watch this video. But I'm pretty sure the game gives you a relatively big recap of the events that happened during the first game. So let's get straight into things. I have turned the subtitles on, but the subtitles kind of pop up wherever the hell they want. So sometimes I might not necessarily be looking at them. So apologies in advance, but I've got to keep my eye on Quill. Otherwise she'll end up falling in a puddle or something. But let's get straight into things. Moss Book 2. I am so happy to finally be playing this.
We remember you, dear reader, even if you do not remember us. You see, this is no ordinary book. Within these pages lives a hero, one who could determine all our fates.
Sorry, I forgot to turn the page.
She needs a reader who knows just how important they truly are. Shall we begin?
Yes, we shall.
Every war in Moss begins and ends with the Five Glass. And on the Cinder Night, the Arcane tried to take them all. Sir Argus, commander of the Kingsguard, sacrificed everything that night to ensure the King's Glass was safe. The sprites, too, had their own glass to protect. And their great champion did so until his final breath. The story of his glass would resume much later when young Quill of the Clearing, out on one of her humble adventures, found what the sprite champion concealed in death. When she showed her uncle Argus the green glass, everything changed. He understood well the gravity of her find, and rushed off to seek counsel with the sprites. But Argus was captured by the Arcane, and so the starving Adurin came to Quill with a promise to lead her to her uncle. Quill knew of starthings only from campfire tales of magic and mischief. Yet still, she decided to follow. Quill knew her uncle needed her, but not just her. You see, Quill was bonded by the glass to a reader, a soul whose gifts proved the perfect complement to the young hero. Together, they were twofold.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. It's lovely that my gifts were so useful for Quill. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, Wolf and Wolfettes.
They embarked on a perilous journey. The Arcane's pursuit was relentless, and Quill barely survived. Adurin, who had become a friend of sorts, was not as fortunate, ending up in the jaws of Sarfog.
Oh, yeah.
Sarfog was the Arcane's most ruthless general, and at the very gates of the castle seized on that Cinder Night, the Twofold heroes slayed the monstrous serpent and rescued Argus from captivity. But the Arcane do not end with Sarfog. The one who leads them will not relent until the Five Glass are in their clutches. And that will unravel this world. Our fate rests with Quill. She needs a true partner by her side. And we hope that is you, dear reader.
Oh, that is 100%.
So let us begin at the castle, where Quill and her uncle must brave the Arcane to retrieve the King's Glass, still hidden away after all these years. Or so they hope.
Yeah, I'll definitely back you to the end, Quill. You don't have to worry about that, buddy. Oh, Jesus. It's a bit bright. See? Oh, that's a Durin, the one that got eaten. Clearly not dead.
Oh! Ghostface? You're still here? Then you should have this.
Yeah, I've been standing here for the last 5 years. I've been very bored.
You can thank me later. Or maybe before. Who knows? Quill searched the castle entrance for her uncle's sword. He'd insisted they'd never reach the King's Glass without it. Quill was shocked to find it hiding in plain sight. She must have missed it last time around. After all, she'd been a bit preoccupied.
Together, we can accomplish anything,
said Quill, looking up to her reader.
I couldn't have defeated this monster without you. Thank you for being here with me.
I love you, Quill.
She'd left Uncle Argus alone for too long. He could be in grave danger.
No, you don't have to thank me, Quill. You're literally the one that dived through the air, if I remember correctly, and then stabbed the snake directly in the face, if I remember correctly. So, if anyone's the hero, it's you. You could have done it without me, Quill. Trust me, you're a little legend. Look at that little... Look at you. Look at... Oh, yeah, you like that, don't you, Quill? You haven't had a good old stroke in 5 years, have you? Jesus, how have you not starved to death? I mean, I'm a ghost. I don't need to eat. But how have you not starved to death? And I'm surprised your uncle's still alive. You've been here for 5 years. Alright, let's go. The narrator doesn't talk as much once you get into the main game, but this is basically like the prologue. But yeah, the adventure in this game is basically going to be Quill needs to raise an army of sprites to defeat the Arcane, the main antagonists in this game, and she also needs to collect the glasses along the way, which various different people have. I think she's already got the green glass that belonged to Argus, who is our uncle, and I think we're about to collect the King's Glass, which was in this location right here, and then there should be 3 others in the world, and we want to combine them together, I guess, to get some sort of ultimate power. But I don't think many of the characters want the glasses to be combined, because I think it caused some sort of issues in the past. So that's basically the gist of what we're going to be doing in this game. Building an army, defeating the Arcane, collecting the glasses, and solving many puzzles along the way.
They had to hurry. Her poor uncle was too injured to defend himself should the Arcane find him again.
And also, once again, you're going to be finding those fragment pieces in this game. And also, I think you collect Stardust as well again. But there's a bunch of other new stuff as well that we'll talk about when it arrives. Don't want to spoil things. Look at that. Look at that. What are they riding? Is that a squirrel? Is that literally a mouse riding a squirrel? Oh, that's amazing. Could you imagine being attacked by a mouse riding a squirrel? Oh, that would be funny. That would be so cute. I'd cuddle it. That's the least threatening thing on the planet, that is. Okay, let me make sure I don't jump down here for no reason. Like I said though, this game's a lot more interactive. You, the reader, are going to be doing a lot more stuff for Quill. In the first game, it felt like you didn't really do too much and it was all Quill. But this time around, we're actually going to be pulling our weight. Also, when I play these types of games, when you're recording VR, for some reason it seems to cut off like maybe the bottom of what I can see. So if sometimes Quill is out of sight, I apologise. I am looking at her, but recording VR is always a very dodgy task. It's very awkward. Lovely. Sorry, Quill, I didn't even need to bring you down here. I kind of forgot that I could break the pots myself. Sorry about that, Quill. You ran all that way for no reason. Boing. I've already done it. I'm way ahead of you, Quill. Way ahead of you. No, you could break those pots, though. Because basically, when Quill was a little baby mouse, she used to sit at home playing on the Nintendo 64 and also the NES. And because of that, she played a lot of Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So she's now obsessed with just smashing pots for no apparent reason. I think they released a 10-minute gameplay demo a little while ago for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I think it's called. So yeah, if you guys and girls ain't seen it, you can check it out. I'm not really a huge fan of those open world Zelda games, but I know many people love it. So yeah, go check it out. A lot of people seem to have enjoyed it. Steady, Quill, steady. But yeah, if you're trying to get the platinum for this game, make sure that you really do keep your eyes open. Most of the fragments are... Did you just do a little dance? Most of the fragments are very easy to find. Some of them are hidden a little bit obscurely, but things like collecting all the dust in each level, that's what becomes a bit more tedious because you might miss a random barrel somewhere that's just out of your field of view. So yeah, do really keep your eyes open, because if you finish a mission and you're missing like, I don't know, 10 Stardust, you're going to be livid afterwards, because trying to find that in a whole chapter will be a nightmare. And watching a guide ain't really that easy in VR. Lovely, but they're the fragments. I think when we did the first game, we found every single one of them. That's why the first playthrough got more views than usual. And when I say more views than usual, I probably got like 30 views instead of 10. Look at this. Look at this mass. That is a big mass. Oh man, it's dressed up like Athena. But I'll try my best to find all the fragments on camera, but it's unlikely I'll find them all.
Quill was relieved to find him safe.
You found my sword.
You wouldn't believe where it was. You know, I never realized just how huge Zarpog was.
Shh! Lower your voice, Quill. We're not safe. He could be anywhere.
Who?
The king's glass hides beneath the throne. We must move quickly and quietly. Your reader. Are they still here?
I'm here.
Yes, Uncle. They're right by my side.
Always.
We're Twofold. We aren't afraid of the Arcane.
Yeah. That's right.
I see.
He said with a hint of pride.
Now, keep your ears open and your sword ready. We must get to the throne.
Okay. Hang on a minute, mate. Hang on a minute. I know we've got important things to do, but we also need to smash up a bunch of crates to collect a bunch of Stardust. I can't even remember what the Stardust was for. I don't know if it was just a collectible or if you could like purchase something with the Stardust or upgrade something. It might just be a collectible. I cannot remember. It's been a very long time since I played the first game. I wanted to play this game sooner, but unfortunately it released on the PSVR1 last year, I think, 2022. And my PS4 isn't set up and neither is my PSVR1. And to use PSVR1 on the PS5, you need that special adapter from Sony, which I never bothered to get. So yeah, I couldn't play it unfortunately. So thank you, Polyarch, for adding this game to the PSVR2. You saved my life. Okay. Don't think we're missing anything. Oh, here we go. It's supposed to be ladies first, Quill. What are you doing? I love how she looks up at us all the time. Oh, she's so cute.
No sign of the Arcane here.
That's what worries me.
Uncle, look out!
Oh, no, no, Quill.
I can't see you, but I know you're up there, Reader. Please, she's in your hands now.
She's been in my hands the whole bloody time, mate. I had to do this in the first game. This is how you heal Quill. Just hold on to her.
Quill,
Ah,
you're far too important to risk yourself for me. The greater good must always come before matters of the heart.
Quill didn't understand. He was our family. He'd always come first. But she knew better than to argue.
yeah, screw the greater good. If I had to rescue a family member or one of my friends, I'm going to rescue them. I don't care. I wouldn't be able to stop myself, to be honest. Okay, where are we going to then? I guess, oh, I can see the lever from here. You've got to be very, very aware of your surroundings in this game because, like, if you look at the edge there where you climb, that's not very, very obvious. So sometimes you might go to an area where you literally just have to grab onto some ledge and then shimmy across. But you don't always notice it, and then you're running around like an idiot wondering what to do. I'll show you. I was in an area yesterday at the time of recording, and oh my god, I did not know where to go. When I get there, I'll show you what I was missing. I was being so flipping blind. I'm sure many people have done it in this bloody room though. It was a nightmare. Look at that window. I can't look up because I did buy some new light boxes. Are you going to speak?
Go on ahead. I'll stay a few steps behind. You focus on getting to the throne.
Okay. I did buy some new light boxes, but I've not set them up yet, so I'm still using my old light boxes. So yeah, if I look up for too long, you get that error message telling you that it's too bright, and then you have the stupid message pop up and spoil the playthrough. So got to make sure I don't look up for too long. But look at that window up there. Beautiful, ain't it? Gotta love cathedrals and churches, didn't you? Okay, well this room's not looking very promising. You know what happens when we see these little holes, Quill. I hope you're ready for some action. I hope you've done some stretches and that, because I know you've been standing around for 5 years doing nothing, Quill, so you're probably a little bit cold. You need to warm up your muscles a bit, otherwise you're going to get an injury. Yep, yep. Also, you can grab and interact with the enemies as well. So if like a bomb enemy comes out, you can basically just grab it and make it walk into another enemy and blow them up. Stuff like that. Your jump button is basically your dodge button if you're about to get smacked. So like that. Quill does these beautiful little twirls. The battle begins. And apologies if I spend a lot of time cutting down the grass. It's a very weird habit. Because I think in the first game, didn't we get a trophy for cutting down 100 bits of grass? I don't know if that was a thing or not, or if I'm just making excuses for my nonsense. Steady, Quill, steady. There you go, lovely. Boing. Man, honestly, Polyarch, you've done a fantastic job with this game. Like, I can't remember completely how the first game looked, but I know for a fact it was not anywhere near this detailed or beautiful. Not even close. Man, what a fantastic job. Now, give yourself a round of applause, Polyarch. Fantastic game. I know I've only played a quarter of it, but if the first quarter is good, it's only going to get better, ain't it? Most of the time that happens in games, they just keep getting better and better. Can't think of any games where they've slowly gotten worse. Although I've played so many games, I wouldn't remember anyway. Alright, so this is when you have to start controlling the enemies. There you go. And you can put them on the button. And when you put them on the button, they do that little pose, and they normally stay there. Oh my god, what is that? Is that a chipmunk? look at that little guy wearing a dress. Look at that little girl, I should say, wearing a dress. Oh, lovely. Ah. Oh, look. See, now that was sneaky. If I didn't break those barrels, we wouldn't have seen that fragment. Okay. Do I want to kill that guy? Nah, we'll leave him there. Actually, if our uncle's going to follow us, we better kill it. There we go. I'm sure another one's going to... Yeah, I think they're going to keep appearing anyway. Go away, you weirdo. Okay. Right. So, where are we heading off to this time? Okay, it looks like we need to put this on that button. But it looks like there is a giant... Actually, no, we might not have to pull on the button, maybe. I think that I've got to put there, if I remember correctly. And we're going to have to jump onto this. I can see the lever up there. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, an enemy's going to come out in it. Yep, you can see the little hole there. I think that's a hole. I hope Quill gets the ability to double jump in this game. I know she unlocks several new abilities as you progress through this game, but I really hope one of them is the ability to double jump, because that would be very nice. Oh, yep, there you go. In the distance, can you see that you can climb on the ledge? So you see it? It's so flipping hard to see it. I'm probably just blind as hell, but I always miss it. So if I'm ever running around wondering what to do in this game, just know it's going to be because there's a ledge somewhere to grab onto. I was doing the same thing in Horizon Call of the Mountain. Yeah, okay, so we're going to have to move this out of the way. And that button's going to open up the gate. Right, come here, you little shit. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love you, Quill. You want to be careful, Quill, because I've got a sparrow that lives in my wall at the moment, and every single morning it's a baby sparrow. Every single morning it's at the gap, constantly tweeting. Oh, I didn't even need to come up here. What am I doing? But it's constantly at my window, just tweeting constantly. I know sparrows are not known for eating mice, but this sparrow might be a psychopath, especially with the amount of tweeting it keeps doing. So you want to be careful, Quill. You might have a sparrow trying to eat you in a minute. I did manage to record that sparrow. It's adorable. It's getting to know me now because I keep looking out the window, so it kind of recognizes me now.
Quill was awestruck. This was the legendary throne room, the same room where her uncle was once knighted by the king.
Lovely. Oh, you are going to see various different things in this place because I think you come back to this throne room several times. So if you do see anything like that fragment up there and stuff like that, you might not be able to get it just yet. So just be aware of that. See, there's one down there as well that we can't get because it looks like we need some sort of hammer by the looks of it. So all sorts of random thing you can't do in this place just yet. So if you do see fragments here, don't fret. You can come back later and grab them.
All clear.
She called back to her uncle.
I've waited years for this moment. By all that's good in this world, I hope it's still locked.
Every time that happens, I think I've died.
Ha! The fools never figured it out.
He snickered. Uncle Argus then turned to Quill with a wink and a smirk, and plunged his blade into the throne. His sword was the key. But the triumph soon faded as they descended into the eerie quietude of the secret chamber.
Please be safe.
Her uncle pleaded under his breath, with an air of unease Quill had never heard before.
Well, at least we now know why we had to keep her uncle's sword safe, because without her uncle's sword, we wouldn't have been able to have opened up the throne, and we wouldn't have been able to have collected the king's glass. So, good job that, whatever his name was, Arundel, the star thing guy, good job that he got the sword back for me.
A voice barked back.
I'd retreat if I were you. Dark magic afoot here. One whip of my wand and a swarm of undead wasps will skewer you alive.
Lovely.
Her uncle laughed.
Barnard, don't tell me all this time alone has you communing with the dead. I don't have undead wasps. Total bluff.
He chuckled.
My dear August, I can't believe it's really you.
I can't believe that somebody named a rat Barnard. I've got to buy a rat or a mouse and name it Barnard. And also name one Quill. A little white mouse named Quill and a grey mouse named Barnard. And I guess I'll get a third one and name it Argus.
I'm so sorry,
Fretted her uncle.
I tried to get back to you so many times. I just couldn't kill that vicious snake.
Their long-awaited embrace was cut short.
Argus!
Barnard panicked.
I feel the reader's presence! The usurper followed you in!
Pack it in, Barnard.
No, Barnard! This is Quill, my next of kin and a Twofold champion. They slayed Sawfog. Holy whiskers on a weasel!
Barnard was stunned.
Oh my. Then there's much to discuss.
Man.
Bogwort tea, anyone?
Oh, I would love some bogwort tea. Oh, Barnard, I mean, you just tried to kill me, so I was a bit annoyed with you, but now you've offered me some bogwort tea, mate. We're friends. Any kind of tea is better than no tea, even if it comes from a bog, which is a toilet in the UK. So I don't mind some toilet tea.
Barnard spent hours recounting his years in hiding, protecting the King's Glass from the Arcane.
And with Sawfog dead, that winged tyrant will tear this castle apart. He knows one glass is here. Now two? This is bad. Very bad.
Not if Quill gets all 5 glass first,
Said her uncle with a grin.
Madness, Argus!
Barnard replied.
Even a Twofold cannot take on their army. Not with a warden forging screechers and scorchers and Arthur knows what.
Shouldn't we take down the warden then? If the warden is the one creating all of these monsters, why don't we go take down the warden? I mean, I've got a good old swing on me. I'll knock him out, mate.
hogwash.
Uncle Argus retorted.
Quill can handle that bloated behemoth after she rallies the Sprite army. Don't you see? Once we join all the glass, there will be no Arcane. Even Vader will see it our way. She must.
Vader?
We could unwrite them all.
Barnard mused.
But Argy, the truce states the glass must remain separate.
Truce be damned. We need the remaining glass to restore peace. But first, Quill must rally the sprites. It's the only way.
Well, I will do my best. I'm not very good at diplomacy, but I'm sure Quill is. Oh, I've died again. If this is what seeing the light is like, man, screw dying. Oh, Jesus. Oh, look at this. It looks like me up there. Oh, is that the King's glass?
Her uncle's belief in her and the reader swelled Quill's pride. They had a sprite army to inspire and the 5 glass to unite. And it all started with claiming the King's glass.
Alright, well, I don't want to be an absolute cock tease, and I don't want to blue ball you all, but I need to end the video now, so we're going to have to collect the King's glass next time. So, thanks for watching, Wolfettes. Hopefully you've enjoyed this first episode of Moss Book 2 on the PlayStation VR2. If you haven't bought this game, or the first game, I think they sell both of them in a double pack on the PlayStation Store, and you can also buy them separately. And if you've also got PSVR1, you can buy both of these games on that as well. So I strongly recommend you play this game, because this game does not get the love it deserves. This is a fantastic game. This is up there with brilliant games like, if you enjoyed Astrobot Rescue Mission, which you all know I loved, my favourite PSVR game. If you love that game, you're going to love this just as much, because it's basically the same kind of thing. A 3D platformer with lots of interaction from you, the reader, floating in the sky. So, buy this game. It deserves more sales. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, share, and join the pack today.